Your muscles are heavy, the lights are out, and your body is physically exhausted. Yet, as you lie in the dark, your mind is sprinting. This timeline charts sleep latency, the frustrating, empty gap between trying to sleep and actually falling asleep. Intrusive worries maintain this gap, locking your brain into high-frequency beta waves, erratic electrical signals preventing your nervous system from powering down. The modern bedroom makes this worse. 4 silent walls create an acoustic vacuum. Without any natural external sound to process, the environment amplifies those internal beta waves until your own anxious thoughts become the loudest thing in the room. Because your brain actively searches for sensory data to process, simply deciding to stop thinking fails. Breaking this biological loop requires an immersive external environment to capture your attention and force the beta waves to slow. Picture a physical dividing line separating the stressful vacuum of the modern bedroom from the vast, dark threshold of a forest at dusk. Step across that boundary. Leave the unfinished tasks, the rigid schedules, and the waking anxieties entirely on the artificial side of the edge. Giving your hyperactive mind a specific geographic threshold provides a distinct focal point. It assigns a physical location to your mental weight, finally allowing you to put it down. Above you, an ancient canopy of thick branches and heavy leaves closes off the sky completely as night falls over the forest. These dense, overlapping layers of wood and foliage form a highly efficient natural acoustic baffle, completely surrounding the space. This animation shows how environmental acoustic isolation works. Unpredictable, high-frequency noises from the outside world strike the canopy and are physically absorbed and dismantled before they can reach the ground. By filtering out the chaotic sounds of the waking world, the forest provides a continuous safety signal to your primitive brain, granting you the psychological clearance required to become vulnerable. Then, the very first heavy drops of water impact the dry, waiting leaves of the dark forest floor. The water falls in an irregular pattern, yet it immediately establishes a highly predictable percussive rhythm against the quiet isolation. This visual tracks a biological process called entrainment. When a rapid human pulse encounters a slower, steady external beat, the nervous system unconsciously shifts its phase, slowing down to match the external pace. As your pulse aligns with the falling water, your respiration naturally deepens, and the residual tension locked deep in your muscles begins to release. These early drops operate as active biological triggers. They bypass your conscious thoughts entirely, forcing your nervous system to initiate the physical descent into rest. Within minutes, the scattered impacts multiply, merging seamlessly into a heavy, continuous downpour. This graph illustrates the physics of broadband noise masking. The steady rain generates a massive spectrum of overlapping sound frequencies, creating a dense, sweeping wall of audio. This acoustic wall physically intercepts sudden environmental noises. It buries sharp sounds completely, removing the auditory triggers that would normally startle your brain back into wakefulness. The steady, heavy frequency blankets your hearing entirely, effectively drowning out any residual echoes of your own internal dialogue. By enveloping your senses in this unbroken auditory layer, the storm seals you inside an ultra-realistic cocoon, finalizing your separation from the daylight hours. As the waking mind quiets, your body begins its final neurological transition, drifting downward into the deepest, most restorative stages of cellular sleep. To sustain this deep state, your brain must relinquish all conscious monitoring and completely surrender its need to control the environment. The unwavering ancient rhythm of the heavy rainstorm provides the continuous external reassurance required to maintain that absolute surrender. True restoration occurs when your fragile, exhausted internal state aligns perfectly with the enduring, immovable presence of nature. You are now stabilized, perfectly integrated into the sheltering, heavy darkness of the rainy forest. Above you, the thick branches sway in a slow, unending rhythm, yielding continuously to the steady, night-long rain. This natural sanctuary will hold steady through the night, granting you the unbroken quiet you need to finally rest deeply.